Worry has probably stolen more hours from your life than anything else. It creeps in at night, distracts you during the day, and makes even small problems feel impossible. But what if I told you there's a hidden way to break free from it? A simple shift that can silence worry before it takes over? Today I have for you 7 powerful tricks that will kill your worry starting today. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll understand why you'll never look at worry the same way again. Here's what most people don't realize about worry. It's not actually about the future. It's about right now. It's about this moment when your mind decides to hijack your peace and drag you into a story that hasn't happened yet, and probably never will. So let's start with the first trick, and this one might sound strange, but trust me on this. Say the worry out loud. Right now, whatever's been eating at you, speak it into the air. Don't whisper it. Don't mumble it. Actually say it. Because here's what happens when you do this. The brain reacts completely differently when thoughts are spoken. It reduces the emotional charge. By naming it, you literally shrink it. Most of us let worry bounce around in our heads like a pinball, gaining momentum with every ricochet. But the moment you pull it out of that echo chamber and give it form through words, something shifts. It becomes smaller, more manageable, sometimes even ridiculous. Try it right now. Say your worry out loud and notice how it feels different than when it was just circling in your mind. But that's just the beginning. The second trick is going to sound counterintuitive, but it works like magic. Make a worry appointment. I'm serious. Give yourself exactly 10 minutes a day to worry. Set a timer, grab a piece of paper, and write down everything that's bothering you. But here's the key. You don't allow worry outside of that time. This trains your mind to stop looping all day. When a worry pops up at 3 in the afternoon, you tell it, "Not now, I'll see you at 7. And here's what's beautiful about this. Most of the time, when 7 o'clock rolls around, half of those worries have already dissolved on their own. They were never real problems to begin with. They were just mental noise. The third trick is where things get interesting. It's about flipping the script your mind loves to run. Instead of asking, "What if it goes wrong?" start asking, "What if it goes right?" This subtle shift can transform fear into motivation. Your brain is already creating stories about the future anyway, so why not make them empowering ones? That presentation you're worried about? What if you nail it and everyone's impressed? That conversation you're avoiding? What if it brings you closer together? That risk you're afraid to take? What if it's exactly what opens the door you've been waiting for? The mind is going to create scenarios either way. You might as well direct the movie instead of letting fear write the script. Now here's where most people get stuck. They think these tricks are just positive thinking, just pretending everything's fine. But that's not what this is about. This is about recognizing that worry is not protection. It's not preparation. It's not helping you solve anything. It's just stealing your present moment and giving you nothing in return. The fourth trick proves this point perfectly. It's called the 5-year filter. When worry starts to spiral, ask yourself this simple question. Will this matter in 5 years? And be honest. Really honest. That embarrassing thing you said last week? The mistake at work? The awkward text you sent? Most worries fail this test instantly. And when you realize that 90% of what you're worried about won't even be a memory in 5 years, it becomes a lot easier to let it go right now. But here's where it gets really powerful. The fifth trick pulls you completely out of your own head. Borrow a stranger's eyes. Imagine explaining your worry to someone you don't know. Would they see it as small, silly, or solvable? This trick pulls you out of emotional bias and shows you what's actually happening versus what your anxious mind is making up. We're so close to our own problems that we can't see them clearly. But when you step outside yourself and look through neutral eyes, most worries shrink down to their actual size, which is usually much smaller than they appeared when you were drowning in them. The sixth trick is about something most people never consider. Worry isn't just happening in your head, it's happening in your body. Your shoulders tense up, your breathing gets shallow, your stomach knots. But here's the thing. You can hack this system. Take a deep breath in for 4 counts, then exhale slowly for 8 counts. Make that exhale longer than the inhale. Do it 3 times. What you just did was send a direct message to your nervous system saying we're safe. This cuts worry at its biological root before it can spiral into mental chaos. Your body and mind are having a conversation all day long. When your body is calm, it's much harder for your mind to convince you that everything's falling apart. This isn't just relaxation, it's rewiring the panic response that fuels most worry. But the 7th and final trick? This one changes everything. Turn your worry into a to-do list. Most worry is just unclear thinking dressed up as concern. When you feel that familiar anxiety creeping in, grab a pen and ask yourself one question. Is there something I can actually do about this? If there's something you can do, write it down and do it. If there's nothing you can do, that means it's not yours to carry. Worry only exists when you try to control what was never yours to control in the first place. The universe never meant for you to carry that weight. It never asked you to solve problems that don't exist yet, or manage outcomes you can't influence. The hidden trick to never worrying again isn't to erase every anxious thought. It's to stop feeding the ones that don't serve you. Once you see worry as a game your mind is playing, you take back the power. And from that place, peace is no longer something you chase. It becomes the ground you stand on.